Man, get out of here, dude. I gotta log into Facebook. Hold on.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh, let me turn tilt this TV my way so I can see.
What's your cell number?
What's my what?
Your cell number.
662 436 5665.
All right.
I'm a little door open. Ooh, ab cramps. Ooh, ah, ah. Well, you should be logged in. I just got a message.
Yeah.
All right. This one got to flow smooth. We got to flow smooth and quick. Well, not quick, but you got to flow
Yep.
because cutting in the dinner time.
Feel that too. Hey, we finna start, man. I was trying to get. Oh, there it is.
We in here. We live. We live.
Oh, you sound like a bubble fish.
Rolling on one. Who do I do?
You did, but hold on. We might be alright. Alright, let go.
How do I sound now?
You good?
Coming to you from probably somewhere in Mississippi, guys talking about sports and stuff. You can call them Ray and Rodney or Rodney and Ray. Anyway, it's the R&R Show.
Yo, yo, yo. What it do, y'all? What it do? What it do? What it do? I know it's been a minute. But we back up in here one more again.
Hey man, that was too short. That was the short one. Was that the short one? That was the short one. Oh my god.
What's up? Oh, it's still. Dude, you don't know how to cut it off anyway. Look here. What the R&R Show? I am Ray.
I remember too long, Rodney.
Yeah, yeah.
What's up? What it do?
What's going on with everybody? I know it's been a minute. Hey, we got to get them in where we can fit them in these days. Shoot, it's hard being an adult sometimes. I
Man,
need to take a break.
man, what you said? What you
Look
said?
at that. I think last time I ain't have all this going on.
Oh
Last time
no.
we did the show. If we did, I can't remember. I bet last if I did, I bet it went over the whole pen.
Oh no, you were good and great. You don't have a black one last time we
Anyway,
did the show.
so yeah, I done ran out of die. What's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for tuning in.
Oh my god, that's too funny.
Like we always say, thank y'all for subscribing on YouTube and MeTube and WeTube, and thank you for following, sharing, liking, and all that kind of stuff. And if you know somebody who ain't doing the same, tell them to tell their mom and them to tell their mom and them to tell their mom and them, and also to tell their mom and them to tell who else.
Tell they daddy if he's still around.
We might not be able to find him because I think if he's working or anything, he got that $1,400 stimulus check, so you probably won't catch him until tax time.
So you saying he got?
Welcome
You saying he got
to
stimulated?
the R&R show. Yeah, he got stimulated. Welcome to the R&R show. So, we got a little bit on the plate for y'all today. You know what I'm saying? All right, all right, all right. We got the NCAA tournament going on. We gonna touch on a little bit of that. We're gonna touch on a little bit of the Deshaun Watson ordeal, and we're gonna touch on. Oh yeah, also speaking of the NCAA tournament, we will be talking about also what is that deal right now where what the women in the NCAA treated
Oh, that mistreatment.
like the men as
The
far as
men
being
and the
taken
women.
care of,
Yes,
like the
sir.
mistreatment.
Yes, sir. That thing. I feel that. Yes, sir. We got to talk about that. We got to talk
Yeah,
about
that's so
that.
that's just a few things we just gonna touch on whatnot. I'm experiencing technical difficulties. I do not have my Rays pick'em in front of me. I'm trying to figure that thing out here in a minute. All right,
Bet that.
let's. All right. So that being said, let's start with the NCAA tournaments.
Ah,
Which
we
is
gonna start with the good, the bad, and the
March
ugly.
Madness. We can talk about. I mean, it's all the same.
Bet that. Bet that. Bet that. So
Where you want to go with this thing? Where you want to go with this thing? You
so
want to go with the surprises, the shockers, the the upsetters?
let me
How
you
you
know
want to do
what?
it? Where you want to go?
I mean, if we ain't talking about no bracket. Did you have bracket first of all? Did you have bracket?
No, I did not do a bracket this year.
Okay,
Today is my
I didn't
first
do a
time
bracket.
not ever doing a bracket.
But guess what? It wouldn't have mattered no way. It would have got shot on the first day.
Oh yeah, if I'm pretty sure it would have. If it didn't get shot on the first day, it definitely got shot on the second day.
But you know what though? But you know what? The thing about this tournament that I like is that the competition is all over the board. It's not, but it's only one team right now that I see that's actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. That you're not scared of. I'm scared of everybody else. Like everybody else could go to the Final Four at this point. Like everybody that's left
Right.
could go to the Final Four at this point. It's only one
I mean,
team.
at this point, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's still like it ain't no definite wins out there. Like we done seen in the first two rounds. Ain't no definite win. Like these people that got upset, they should Oral Roberts.
Oral Roberts took down number 2 Ohio State, and then took down what number was Florida? 4 or something like that.
Florida was
Took down Florida. Those were two games that nobody picked them to win. Well, somebody did pick them to win because they wasn't the bracket buster. The official bracket buster was Maryland because nobody who officially filled out a bracket picked Maryland to even win their first game. So
Florida.
when Maryland won, it killed everybody's perfect bracket.
Florida was number
But-
7.
Florida was what?
7 seed.
Okay, there was 7 seed.
Mhm.
I know it was a single digit,
So you got
but right now, Oral Roberts is that team that we get every 3 to 4 years. That one team that overachieves, that 15 seed or that 14 seed that make it to the Sweet 16. If they're lucky, the Elite 8.
right.
You know,
Right,
it's
right.
about that time, and I feel like Oral Roberts is that team right now.
Yeah. I mean, that makes the tournament. I mean, for me, it makes it fun to watch because it's unexpected. Like it's not supposed to happen. And then when they do beat these teams, whether it's barely or they win by because they first what they doing. They won each game by 3 points.
Yep.
So
But
it's
I'm
like-
gonna tell you, I watched. I did not get to see the Florida game, but I did watch the game when they played Ohio State. Man, they played with I mean, I'm talking about some energy that was out the roof. They hit the shots that they had to hit. They forced Ohio State into turnovers. And uncharacteristically, they were shooting themselves in the foot. Also, I will say that much.
Mhm.
But Oral Roberts capitalized off of it, and you got to remember too that I don't know if you knew it or not, but Oral Roberts got the best free throw percentage in the tournament right now.
Yeah.
So if you foul them, it's about automatic that they're going to hit their free throws like they did against Ohio State. You got some other upsets, which was Oregon State knocked off Tennessee. Doggone North Texas knocked off Purdue. And you remember this name? What's their name? Loyola Chicago.
Loyola Chicago. Yeah.
They knocked off number 1 Illinois yesterday.
Yeah, but convincingly.
Convincingly beat the brakes
knocked
off
out
of them.
number one. What's that? Sister Jean? That's her name.
Sister Jean.
Sister Jean.
Sister
been in there,
Jean.
boy. Sister Jean. I don't need no man to
Already.
put me in a bubble.
She said the Lord's still in the blessed business.
The Lord is in this bubble tonight. Sister Jean bought that holy water and that doggone scarf that reached the floor, and she was in there. She was in there. But look, this is one that's a, I ain't gonna say it's a shocker, but I really didn't expect them to get this far. Houston is doing their thing too. Houston, they first game was Cleveland State. Rutgers should have beat them. Rutgers should have beat them. Rutgers lost by 3. They beat Houston by 3.
Yeah.
So it was another, I didn't really expect Houston because of the conference they came out of and the conference play. I didn't expect them to get as far as they did. Like I've been, kind of keeping up with the conference that Memphis is in because that's what I'm close to. So, Houston almost lost to Memphis twice this year, and it was kind of like, but that's a testament to Memphis. Memphis took a minute to get together, and by the time they got it all together, it was just too late. But Houston just played consistent ball all year, and they got in there. But I didn't expect them to get this far. Well, I want to see that Syracuse game though. When they play Syracuse, that's who they got coming up in the Sweet 16.
Yeah. Bama got. Aren't Bama playing Sister Jean them tonight?
Alabama playing Maryland.
Maryland. They playing Maryland. That's right.
They playing
Maryland. Another team that looked, surprisingly good. But I'm gonna tell you, the two teams that I was mostly impressed with, and I hate to talk about one of them because right now they're losing to LSU, 49-45, and that's number 1 Michigan. Michigan, the way they came out and dominated their first game like they were supposed to, they looked like they deserved. Well, I'm not gonna say they look like they deserve to be there, which they naturally do deserve to be there, but they look like a team that you could easily put in the Final Four the way they dominated the first game. And they got this freshman named Hunter Dickinson, which is a freshman center. And that dude just been, he been playing pretty good the whole season pretty much. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe he's just the leading scorer for this Michigan team.
But
you got
Juwan Howard has done an awesome job since he took over
in
Michigan. And it's quiet though. It's quiet. Like they ain't talking about it. They not the only time they talk about him is when he on the sideline cutting up because he didn't get a call or something didn't go right. But outside of that, you don't even hear his name since he got hired.
And these guys play for him, man. Isaiah Livers, he's a freshman. He played very well. Franz Wagner, he's a senior. And those two right there, they feed off of Dickinson. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what's going on right now, but LSU playing some ground defense. They got that joker on Lizard. On lock, and it's giving them fits right now.
But
LSU
is supposed to be. I think LSU kind of got shafted for being an A seed, but because LSU, they played some good ball regardless.
They did.
They played some good ball regardless. And
if it wasn't for Bama, they'd probably win the SEC this year.
That's what I was finna say. They the number 2 team. They should be number 2 team.
But Bama did what Bama did.
Bama balling this year. But I was surprised LSU was actually an 8 seed in that region.
I'm gonna tell you another team that looked good. I watched Baylor play yesterday, dog. Oh my God!
They've been talking about Baylor too.
Those guys. Look, I've watched them play probably once this year, but I just sat down and really paid them some attention yesterday.
Right.
Dude, these boys play so fast. They run you in the ground on both sides of the ball. Conditioning got to be the biggest part of their practice. Besides just add play. I'm talking about they got to put big emphasis on condition because, dude, I'm talking about the whole game. They running. They killing you on the inside. They killing you from 3-point land. Dude, those guys, you leave them open if you want to. Some of them, it don't even matter.
Right. Now,
that's the one thing that I've seen play that's been more fundamentally sound and just on top of their jump right now, doing what it's supposed to do in the tournament.
Who was that beat Texas?
Oh, What did you ask me?
Man, I'm looking at it. Oh,
I wish I could tell you.
Abilene Christian.
Abilene Christian. Abilene
Look,
Christian.
they beat Texas. Texas was a 3 seed. They was a 14. They beat Texas by 1 point. Dude was throwing the hook 'em down. He was throwing the horns down. He was talking bad to Texas.
Yo,
Got up against UCLA and lost by 20. I'm like, bro, don't go out there talking bad. Then you get whooped the next round. Like, whoop the next round.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you though, man. That's I know when you're a 15 seed, a 14 seed, or even 13 seed, and you win that game that you're not,
Supposed to win,
traditionally
right.
picked to win or whatnot. I mean, I understand the excitement and the celebrating and all that kind of stuff, which you should. You deserve to because
But it
you beat
ain't
a team
over.
that you beat Goliath.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But it ain't
But
over.
But all the throwing down the hook 'em the horn sound, all the taunting and all that kind of stuff, I have to disagree. I can't go with that because you do know you got another game to play, right?
Another giant coming up.
That's what I'm saying, man. So you got to eat you some humble pie,
That tripped me out.
or you got to know your position. You got to know your place, or you will be eating humble pie.
Right.
Put it that way.
Right. That's what.
You already you overachieved when you won the first game.
Very much so. That wasn't supposed to be. You ain't supposed to be here. Like to get there, the 14th seed was really narrow. So don't
Right.
go. Like okay, go and do what you do, so you can go and get this whooping on the next round. And
Right.
anyway, man. Let's get to some bad things about the tournament. And we we gonna watch the ball regardless. Anyway, we're gonna watch the ball. But it's two things that happened that I ain't gonna say just two things, but the two major things that happened in the tournament, in the NCAA bubble as they defined it. The first thing, which is, it just shows you how we done talked about this before, where athletes, should they get more? Should they be paid, or should they even be considered? Should they be able to make money while they in college through their sport, or even should the university pay them? But because they had these guys, and the guys started this one. They had this thing where they was in the bubble, and they in their rooms finna eat, they going out to wherever, go to down the stairs to the hotel lobby or wherever they got the food set up for them to eat, and they get a hot breakfast. But when they get their hot breakfast, everything cold, and they had no silverware. Or
That mean it wasn't hot breakfast.
no. When I say hot breakfast, it's supposed to be hot. It's hot foods like grits and eggs and bacon, like stuff you eat hot, not like cold cereal. Not like
Right.
that.
Right.
Not like a Pop-Tart, which you can eat hot or cold. But
Right.
you got to get these guys, like they sitting there and they just like, hold up, man. Like we in a bubble. We can't go nowhere. We can't do nothing. We got to do what you give us. Eat what you give us and then do what you tell us to do. But at the same time, like we ain't cows. We ain't your property. You got to treat us better than a bowl of soup with no silverware. Nobody had silverware. They had one team that nobody had no silverware to eat. And it's kind of like, and then the eggs. You got cold eggs. Who's gonna eat cold eggs for breakfast? And lunch. You get back to your room. Hey man, we gonna serve y'all pizza. But you ain't get no Papa John's or no Domino's or whatever. You ain't even get Little Caesars. You get Tortitos. You get Tortitos pizza. And it's like, man, come on, like you couldn't do this no better. You couldn't cater food, a coronavirus. You couldn't pay these dudes. You couldn't pay nobody to bring food into these guys every day. Like they are athletes, they are working their butt up, and then you feed them Tortitos pizza when they get back to practice. Now, one other thing though, when they got back from practice, they get to their room, and the average age probably 19, right? You had guys at 18, probably up to the highest we'll say is 21. College students. When you get back to your room for practice, and you can't go nowhere because there's nothing set up for you to go do except for go to your room or go work out or go to practice or go to the game. When you get back to your room, you got to have something for them to do, right? So the NCAA put puzzles in their room for when they got back at the end of the night. I don't think you heard me. Puzzles, not crossword puzzles. 1,000-piece puzzles to put together. So it's like you finna make $900 million off of this NCAA tournament, and you couldn't put up. We're gonna inject. I mean, the dude did the math the other day on the show I listened to. He was like, you could have put up 600,000 of 900 million and bought all these players a PlayStation 5 or the entry level PlayStation 5 or the entry level Xbox, and that would have made all the difference in the world, as opposed to you coming home to your hotel room and you got a puzzle. A puzzle. Something that senior citizens don't even like to do no more.
Hey, you cut that out, cause my mama like to do puzzles.
Hey, the new age senior citizens, the ones just getting into senior citizenship, them.
That's my mama.
Oh, well, but she's a nice, lovely lady. Look,
I'm gonna make sure I show her this.
yeah,
Look,
make sure you show that.
this is my thing about this right here, man. I mean, this continues to show the inconsistency of the NCAA across the board. We've seen it in football. Now we're seeing it in basketball. I mean, we've seen it with individuals and individual sports and things of that nature.
Right.
We've seen the battle of the being paid for the using of likeness and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
The NCAA is nothing but a money making machine. That's what it's all about. It's not about looking out for the well-being of you. What they like to say, I mean, we don't need to give y'all nothing or pay y'all anything because you're getting a free education.
Right.
Stop. A free education don't even guarantee you a job anymore. Stop.
Sure
That's
don't.
not enough. Whenever the NCAA is like, you said they're going to make how much? 900 million off of this tournament? Just off the tournament alone.
Yeah.
Not the entire season plus the tournament, but just off the tournament alone. This is ridiculous. And then I watched the video that you sent me of the basketball player for Oregon showing what they workout room looked out versus the guys in the
women,
workout room. All they had was dumbbells to work out with when the guys had. And then they had like full-fledged gyms and things of this nature. And then they say the girls, the reason for the girls not being not having enough equipment and stuff like that because they didn't have the room. It was like a gigantic room with just nothing in it.
It was a convention. It was a convention hall. That's exactly what it was. A convention hall.
It is so disrespectful to these students. It was so disrespectful to these especially the girls. It being National Women's Month.
Right.
Good job, NCAA.
Right.
That's how you show you appreciate them.
Thing to do. All you had to do was make sure they had the same thing on this side of the room as the same thing on that side of the room. And the bad thing about it, Ray, it was in the same room. It was in the same room. It was not like it was in a totally different building. They had the men split on this side, the women split on this side, and a curtain running between it. It had a curtain in between them. They had a court and a stack of dumbbells. And the highs was even 20 pounds.
Yes. A stack of dumbbells. That's all they had to work with.
A stack of dumbbells. And then you sit here like, and you kind of sit here and you look, and it's kind of like, man, that is the easiest thing to do, is to make sure when you put this room together for men and women that you have the same thing on both sides. That's all it is. Another thing they missed out on, because we talking about the women, when they did the swag, right? The students, like, they gonna talk to each other because, like we said, they in the same room, they in the same hotel or the same area. They gonna see each other. Dude said, "Hey, look at my swag I got. Look at the swag we got for the tournament." She said, "Oh wow, look at what we got." They had less than half the swag. I'm talking about the towels, the t-shirts, the shorts, the water bottles, all the little stuff that you get from getting in the tournament. They got all, and basically all they had was this year NCAA, tournament, and it was just the marketing stuff that they get for being in the tournament. The men had a whole bed full of stuff, right? The women had a pillowcase. And it's kind of like, dude, like,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The NCAA shows so much disrespect for the women basketball teams that made the tournament and whatnot. And I think that these students should get together and raise holy hell about it.
Because
I haven't seen ESPN say nothing about this. I've seen Fox Sports say anything about this.
Nope.
Somebody needs to make some noise.
Nope.
Somebody needs to make some noise because this is ridiculous and it is highly disrespectful. And if I had a daughter that was playing basketball, oh, I would be raising some kind of cane about it.
But see,
I'm serious.
this is the other thing too. Now, one dude is always that person that shut up and dribble person. You know, hey man, you guys are getting to play in the tournament, are getting to do this, and you getting to play in the scholarship and do this. You know, just go ahead and play and don't worry about all this stuff. That's not your concern. You should just go out there and try to win the game. And it's like, dude said, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Y'all need to respond to us by this summer, because after that, we gonna have things that we gonna do on our own. So dude just basically, I mean, it was I forget what school it was, but dude basically gave him ultimatum. Y'all need to sit down and meet with some of us so we can get this figured out or start a process, or we're going to have to go and do it on ourselves. So at this point, they've been given the ultimatum. Now, like you said, ain't nobody advertising, ain't nobody talking about it. But you got all these athletes that came out, all these coaches, all these star athletes in the NBA, all these star athletes in WNBA, all these guys, all these women, all these different celebrities came in and gave us some clout. You know, what's the lady from Stanford? Dawn State. She penned a whole letter and put it on Facebook and on Twitter. It's kind of like basically saying, you know, just to be disrespected like this, it's not even about the game at this point. It's about how women are.
That's she from South Carolina.
That's my bad, South Carolina. She went to school at Stanford though. Did she go to school? Did she go to school at Stanford?
Yeah. No.
Okay, it's the red color. Anyway, but she penned a whole letter on just the blatant disrespect of a human.
And she should. All notable coaches, forget that. All coaches, period. Whether you made the tournament or not, especially for these women basketball teams, they should get together and they should hold the NCAA accountable for how their girls are being treated. These boy teams, these guys teams who's not getting their just due, the coaches should stick up for them, get together, band together, and hold the NCAA accountable for how they are treating these kids. They treat them like racehorses. My bad, I take that back. Racehorses get treated better than this.
Yeah, racehorses eat good.
I mean, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
But then you know what?
And
you got a chance. You got a chance to do something where the eye is basically only on you at this point. You got a chance to make a difference, and you can't do it. They're just like we dealt with all this stuff that was coming up with the government in the past election, and all the stuff that all they had to do was just do the right thing, do the minimum. If they had just did the minimum, it would have just rolled straight through. But they don't even do the minimum right, which blows up, which exposes everything else. And until the sports world and these parents, because I put the parents in it too, until they start sticking up for what they ain't doing or what they doing, it's gonna continue to be that way. And if they don't ever do it, that's a problem. Because the bad thing about it, if they even try to pay these kids anything, then of course we know how that goes. Because we know everything that we do in this world is never done right. If you do something for one place or you set a specific standard, it's not gonna go across the board. We know that.
Yeah, but they can come up with something. They can come up with something. You just got to take the time and do it. Thing is, the NCAA do not want to get up off that money.
No.
That's what it's about at the end of the day, money. And if you got anything to do with taking money out of anybody's pocket dealing with the NCAA, then it's going to get shot down.
That's the thing, and that's what they're all about. That's what rich people do. Rich people don't share it; they make it and keep it.
You're exactly right.
Or they make sure their friend make it and keep it, but they ain't gonna give it to nobody below them, or they ain't gonna enable nobody below them to make it, and that's the problem. If the NCAA actually went out there and did something meaningful for these kids, for the athletes, because we can say we know all the other people can go and make money on their own with no problem. If you're in the band, you can go play in a professional band and nobody cares. You can make money all you
Forget that. Pay the band, doggone it. They out there entertaining, sweating in the heat and all this kind of stuff. Pay the band something.
But my point is,
get a drummer something.
They can go out there and make money on their own if they want off of anything that they do. Athletes can't do that.
Yes, they can. Because I mean they can go get jobs. A lot of athletes can't get jobs.
No,
they can't.
Because if they get a job,
I'm talking. My friends that was on the football team when I was going to Itawamba Community College, they couldn't get jobs or they'd get their scholarship taken. Basketball team, they couldn't get jobs. And I thought that was horrible. And
That's
you got
crazy.
students that's from out of state, some of them poor, that parents can't like just send them money all the time, like other students on campus or whatnot. And the only thing they got is the food and the meal ticket that the school gives them,
That's
which
it.
is a lot of times not enough.
That's
I
it.
mean, come on. Take care of these kids. Some kids don't have decent clothes to put on. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So and don't give me all that crap about the way they get. A lot of them don't have that kind of money, but they be wearing $200 tennis shoes. Man, bump all that. I'm talking about the well-being. Come on. You got to feel me. I've seen this stuff firsthand.
Right.
I had friends that was less fortunate, who was from out of state, who didn't have the means. Shoot, man, my mama looked out for some of them.
Right.
Some of them because they was just cool with me, and some of them because she felt that they were from out of state and their parents can't come and bring them food like that right there.
Right.
It's
It's,
just
it's crazy.
pay. If
Pay-
you play,
pay.
you should get
Pay to
paid.
play.
That's all I'm saying. Because
Right.
this right here, what they doing in this tournament to these kids is highly
I
unacceptable.
mean, it
Highly unacceptable.
and you
Highly.
and you are still in the atmosphere right now to where the spotlight is on whatever's going on. So if the NCAA tournament is going on, everything that you do is under the spotlight because ain't
Yeah.
no other sports going on right now except for spring training baseball, and nobody watches spring training baseball. They only watch the highlights. And spring training baseball ain't even hot. Like I don't even know who doing what right now. That's how bad it is. Ain't nothing that's going on, and you can't even do the minimum to make this right, which is still crazy to me.
Right.
Be unbelievable.
Yeah.
But look, let's move on. Let's go to something else. Where we going?
All right.
You want to go to the NFL?
Yeah, we can go to your boy,
We
man.
gonna go. We gonna go. Now,
Sean
you got
Watson.
the picture up. I gotta get my. I changed this whole room around. I gotta get my green screen back active and get it back up because boy, I would have had some good pictures right here. Now,
Yeah, woulda, coulda. Whatever.
if you don't,
What
know,
about Deshaun Watson?
if you don't know, Deshaun Watson has been at odds with Houston, Texas management for I'm gonna say it's been about a year. I won't say seriously it's been about a year because this time last year was when his number one target was traded away without even consulting or talking to him or bringing him in the fold, right? Trades
Right.
away, all right. Now, and since then, management has promised him, told him, hey man, we're gonna bring you in the fold on decisions we make going forward because you're the future of the team, and we want to hear your input on everything that we do, starting with the GM duties all the way down to player personnel. We want to hear your input, even on the head coach decision or the head coach, those decisions. We want to hear your input. Since then, the Houston Texans have not included him on any GM talks. They have not included him on any coaching firing or hiring. They have not included him on any player personnel move. He lost somebody else in the offseason. And it was kind of like, dude, that's it. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm out. Because y'all done gave me and made all these promises. And then you let J.J. Watt walk. You just said, hey, man, your contract null and void because you want to leave. And you let him go. But you keeping me here when we had an agreement that you don't want to honor. Trade me. I'm not playing. That's basically what he said. So since then, and this came about last week? The closer it gets to the NFL draft, and teams are making trades. Actually,
Free
came around when
agency.
free agency opened up. Everybody started getting signed and moved around and all this and all that. And then lo and behold, here comes a story about Deshaun Watson and sexual misconduct with masseuses or women masseuses. And it's kind of like, wait a minute, I don't see that. Like, everybody in the world is kind of like, that's one of the most respected quarterbacks in the league. He is not just a respected quarterback as a quarterback. He's respected as a human being, as a man. And then you just come out the blue, never been in trouble, never said anything disrespectful, never been on any spotlight for nothing wrong. And then all of a sudden, we got 10 to 20 women saying that he done groped them or did something sexual, indecent, or sent a bad text, or or made them do, or he tried to make them do something that they was uncomfortable with. And I'm sitting here looking like, have y'all seen his fiance? Have you seen his future wife? And it's kind of like, y'all lying. Y'all is flat out lying. And the thing about it is, it's so, the timing of it is so bad, it can't help but to be a lie. It cannot help but to be a lie. And guess when they said the first little thing happened? March last year. March last year, kind of still in the Me Too movement, right? When people was coming out about everything, right? When Antonio Brown had just finished settling his case about his deal last year with the sexual problems, right? But now they wait a whole year till it's time for him to say, I don't want to play for y'all no more, for it to come out. And then the bad thing about it, your evidence sucked. Your evidence flat out sucked. Bad. Like, it's like, if this is not a character teardown, I don't know what it is.
Ooh.
If this is
Say
a
it ain't
character
so.
teardown, I don't know what it
Say
is.
it ain't so.
Come on.
I don't have. I mean, you said a mouthful. I'm gonna start off like this. I ain't gonna touch on much. I'm gonna be straight to the point. Number one, I'm gonna say this. No, ain't gonna be no preaching. I'm preaching today. I'm gonna say this. It's not. I'm not gonna say that I am discrediting women that bring accusations against people or come out about people who've been sexually battering them or making indecent proposals toward them on the workplace or wherever the case may be, or on the street, whatever. Just making, like you said, during the Me Too movement, women were coming out left and right on people who were, doing these inappropriate things,
Right.
and not to discredit them or anyone who comes out in the future or anything like that. It's a slippery slope. You know what I'm saying? I can't, it's hard for me to just say what you just said real easy on the air. You lying. You lying. You got to, I'm not going to just say you're lying. I'm going to just say it like this. The timing is very, very,
I ain't saying the women lie.
the timing is very, very skeptical. You know what I'm saying? The timing for this is really bad, just like you just alluded to. And I'm gonna go back to the first person who came out against him and filed a civil suit against him, and then turn around and say it's not about the money.
Why is it a civil suit then?
If it's not about the money, why are you filing a civil suit
Why is it a civil
and not a
suit?
criminal suit? Why aren't you trying to put him in the jail? If you know that he did something against the law to you. So if I rape somebody and I'm well known or whatnot, and I got all this money and whatever, and everybody know it, I'm the big king on the block or whatever, and I'm well known and I got money
Keep that beard down on point.
and say what?
Keep that beard down all the time. You keep it on point. You ain't got the
No, because what I found out, the ladies like the salt and pepper. Anyway, like I was saying, and allegations come out against me by some, female or whatnot, saying that I touched her inappropriately. Let's just use that as an example.
Right.
And she's not, you know what? Let's go a little further. let's just say I forced her to do something against her will section. Okay? You just use your imagination what that would be. But she don't go to the police and say, hey, y'all need to go pick him up because he did this. Or you don't take me to court and try to sue me, for, try to get me put in jail so I can, do my punishment for the crime that I've done. No, you want to sue me for millions of dollars. But then tell me, I ain't doing it for the money. I'm doing it for the lesson. I almost called her son. Girl, please. Please, stop. Stop.
But look,
it's all about the money, and those and things like that. That, along with the timing, which make it hard for me to find these allegations authentic. I guess you could say
credible.
Thank you, credible.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm not saying I don't believe you. I don't believe these women. I'm just saying that.
It's hard to believe.
Man, I don't believe. I don't believe you.
So look, but see this is the other part about it, right? When you go call somebody out like that, Deshaun Watson said, you know what? I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be who I am, and I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Nothing happened, and I'm gonna sit here and fight for my name because it's wrong. He said the bad thing about it is, 2 days ago, this lawyer came to me with a settlement about this situation, and I told him nope, because what you saying didn't happen. He said, see you in court. Now, and I do the same thing. We going to court. If I know I ain't do nothing, we going to court, doggone. Why would you come to him with a settlement first and not the court first? Because it's all about the money. Right. And then it's all about, now you go to the court and you discredit him. Now you're trying to discredit his reputation, trying to make him look bad, trying to make his value as a person go down because he won't play hardball. Because he want to play hardball with the Texans organization. Now, that's the part I had away. And then the other thing about it, they're like, we're going to release some evidence in court. We bring evidence to the police station, all this and all that, blah, 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 blah. The one text that the lawyers messed up and released was, hey, basically the masseuse was like, yeah, I do this kind of massage, Swedish massage, deep muscular, this, blah, 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 kind of massages. And then he was like, okay, good. You in Houston? You live in Houston? She's like, yeah, I work in the shop sometimes, but I can come to your house and do the massage, or you can come to my house and I can do the massage, and blah, 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 blah. She said, yeah, I'm kind of new here, it's kind of big, blah, 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 blah. He's like, okay. So he was like, so muscular, all this. And he's like, yeah. Then she said, yeah, I can do those, there's no problem. And then he said, do you do glutes? And
right.
That's where the message stopped. That's all he stopped on. And I'm like, show the rest of the message. Because that right there is not enough for me to say, oh, he being nasty. Glutes.
Right, it's not.
Glutes is a athletic or actually medical term that they use for butt cheeks. That's not saying, if he had said, will you do my aim? That's different. Every
football player, especially playing in skillful positions, get their ass massaged. All of them do. They do. That's a major part of.
I'm trying to figure out if he said.
We know that. We know. But go ahead.
The language threw me off. Like if he had said, I'm just trying to get it, put some context on it. If he had said, hey, can you rub this big black butt? Then that's different as opposed to, hey, do you do glutes? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, okay. So, and I'm saying like, so what's wrong with what he just asked? Like, that's fine. Like that was a totally reasonable question. Which
yes, it was.
More to the case of, I don't think this is credible. And I think it's just a grab, a reach.
Smear campaign?
A smear campaign, thank you. Just to make him look
and I really believe it's headed by the Texas organization. I do. I don't. You know what? Nothing surprises me anymore. They are doing 30 for 30 in 15, 20 years from now, or about how they found out that they tried to ruin this dude's name all because he wanted to leave.
This coming from the organization
It wouldn't surprise me.
whose owner said we can't let the inmates run the prison.
Let the inmates run the prison. Can't let them do it.
This came from that organization. When all the civil rights and the knee taking was going on, was rampant in the NFL. We can't let the inmate run the prison.
Right.
And then when the inmate gets to the point where he's smart enough to realize that the prison ain't cooperating, now you want to knock him down a peg and make him look bad and try to teach him a lesson. No, sir. It's not going to happen. I am 100%. I can't wait till it gets started. I got to watch every bit of it. I got to see what lie they're going to come up with to make this man look bad. But,
Exactly.
you know, we since we're talking about quarterbacks, and we got about 10, 15 minutes left.
I don't have that much time on my phone.
You got
My phone about to go dead.
You got to pick them up.
No, I don't.
All right, so
I said that earlier because I'm limited to my phone, my computer, and all that kind of stuff. My internet dead in my house, throughout the city, and the city next door. So I got to pick them. I got one pick 'em.
hold up.
Alabama and Maryland. Alabama and Maryland. Even though they tipped off Maryland, beating them right now for 16-12, I'm going with Bama. That's my pick. I do have an update. Hey, can you turn the music down just a little bit? I do have an update on Michigan and LSU. They are going back and forth. Michigan has gone up 74-68 with 4:56 left in the game.
Let me get out here and watch this. I'm gonna rock over. Now look, we had let's raise pick 'em, y'all. Look, we're gonna cut it off because we ain't gonna have time to finish it up, and we'll hold this topic. I mean, we can talk football all year, so it don't matter. That's about it right there. So
Yeah, that's my little boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but go ahead though.
And on the show, what it do, eh? So check this out.
I was starting to wonder was there anybody on the show because you never gave no shout outs, man.
You can't see it. My bad.
Right, I can't see it.
My bad. James Martin, what it do? Ant,
What up? What up?
What's up? Coop, what's up? And my bad, I forgot Ray didn't have no internet to be able to see y'all pop up. But what we gonna do though? We gonna hit y'all back next week. And because next week we'll have Final Four or close to the championship game. And we can talk about that a little bit. And we'll have some more NFL.
We know somebody gonna screw up in the NFL before that time gets.
Oh yeah.
We got some y'all. We got to get in the NBA. We got to get in the NBA.
Yeah,
we got to get you some NBA in there.
We got to get in the NBA. So we'll be back next week. We gonna make that plan. We'll be back next week. And y'all just be ready. Tell everybody, come on, bring it. We're gonna do it. And be ready to do it because we've been taking a little vacation.
I'm pretty sure they're done for today. We'll see you next time on the RR Show.
Thank y'all. Love y'all. Catch up with y'all next time. Love, peace, and hair grease.
Hey man, we'll be back next week. Y'all be good. Hold up. Hold on way out. Me and Ray, we made the world. We looking for you to come this way. It won't be tomorrow. It won't be the day after. Me and Ray will see you next week with a whole chapter. We gon' do it. You gon' do it. We gon' all be in it. Bring your butt. Bring your money. Cause he's gon' spin it. Hey, let go. Let go. We out.